Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Chris, or XGods, and today we're going to be looking at the entire storyline for Season 4 of Fortnite and how it's going to end. So the Omega is actually not the main villain. There's a whole lot we're going to explain in this video, and we're going to start in the very beginning of Season 4. So there are these loading screens that you can unlock within Fortnite, and what they do is they basically explain the entire storyline. So we're going to be looking at all of these 7 loading screens and talking about the entire story and then what happens afterwards. So we're going to be starting with the week 1 loading screen, and this one is called Quiet on the Set. If you guys will see here, the Fortnite characters are filming a movie when the meteor actually comes crashing down at the prison. So it says, Scene 23, Take 31, Director's Notes. He was finally puckering up when it all came crashing down. So within a Fortnite, they were actually filming a movie, and then that is when the meteors struck down in the start of the season. So keep in mind, this is all a movie. So up next we have the week 2 loading screen that you can unlock. In this one it says, at last I am free, I will reclaim my power, I will gather my allies, I will have my vengeance. So this is the Omega, and what he's doing here is he just broke out of the prison. For the week 3 loading screen it says, a looming threat. Once again our heroes must unite and heed the call to action. And here they are all gathered up looking at where the Omega just broke out of the prison. And keep in mind, this is all during the movie. And then for here you guys can see week 4 retribution. I will overpower, I will prevail, I will reign. So what's going on here is the Omega is actually making an army of metal soldiers. He is doing this with the help of the government, and I'll explain more about the whole government aspect at the end of this because it plays into the actual storyline as well as not just the movie. But for week 5, you guys can see here, showdown in the ultimate battle of good versus evil, who will prevail. And in this one, you see the Carbide battling the Omega, and then all of the army that the Omega has made, as well as the Flytrap skin in the background as well. He is a villain, and this is just the ultimate battle. This is the ending scene of the movie in Fortnite. Now, for week 6, you guys can see they're all on the set. And the director's note says, what a crazy shoot. Those meteors that crashed down sure gave us a lot of extra free production value. Glad we survived it. So in this, you guys can see the Omega is sitting in a chair with the other heroes. The Flytrap is there. Carbide's in the background talking to one of the Omega's army soldiers. And they're just all having a good time. They just finished wrapping up their shoot. So all of that, all of the storyline so far has all been a part of the movie. Now, throughout that entire thing, throughout the entire movie, after we finished wrapping that up, the meteor came crashing down in the beginning. And inside of this meteor was the Visitor. This was the skin that came crashing down inside of the meteor. And throughout week by week by week, he eventually made his way and escaped out of the meteor that he came crashing down in. Now, this is where things get a little bit confusing, and there are a couple different theories that can happen here. So all throughout the movie, you guys saw that the Omega was making an army of soldiers, and throughout this, these government trucks were bringing hop rocks, and they were also bringing metal that you guys can see here in the villain's base. They were all bringing it towards the villains. So the government has been working with the villains. Now, this base is potentially not even just for the movie. So this base has this logo on it. Now, this is the villain's logo, but it is also the logo on the chest of the Omen skin, which is what I believe to be this is the Omen's base. And what's going on here is the Visitor has escaped from his pod in the meteor throughout the entire movie, and in actual story, like not a part of the movie, he is going towards the villain's base to do something with the rocket, as you guys can see in this loading screen. Now, what's unsure at this point is if the Visitor is either a villain or he could just be trying to escape and go back to his home planet wherever he came from. He could be trying to use this rocket as a way to get off of the Fortnite map, or he could be planning to use this rocket to blow up a part of the map, and we have to stop this new big super villain. Now, in the coding for Fortnite, we just got information leaked that the rocket is actually going to be launchable tomorrow. So the Visitor is launching the rocket. Now, I don't know, we're not sure yet if it's going to blow up a part of the map or how this is going to work, but you can launch the rocket tomorrow in Fortnite. So that makes me think that the Visitor is actually a villain. On top of the mountain at Dusty Depot, there's actually somebody that was spying on the Visitor the whole time. So somebody knows that he has escaped from his pod and that he's on his way to do whatever he's trying to do. It could be a hero, it could be another villain trying to stop him from launching the rocket, it could be the Omen trying to stop the Visitor and actually launching the rocket himself. So there's going to be a lot of storyline that comes out very, very soon, but that is where we're at in the story right now. The movie has been wrapped up, and the visitor has escaped. He's trying to tinker with the rocket, trying to either launch it to get back to his planet or blow up a part of the map. And then we also have the Omen, who is also a villain that could be trying to stop the visitor. He could be the guy that knows that the visitor has escaped, and he could be the one that launches the rocket tomorrow. So there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of ways the storyline can go. Either way, it mainly revolves around this rocket at the villain's base and the visitor and the Omen skin. All the other characters that you know so far, the Carbide, the Omega, all of those guys are actors. They are completely irrelevant to the main storyline other than being in the movie. The only way that they could end up teaming up or something is if the entire thing is a movie, but they have already finished wrapping up their set. So that is looking very unlikely. It looks like the movie is over. The Omega was just an actor. The Carbide is just an actor. And the main heroes and villains are going to need to come out to either stop this new Omen, or if the visitor is the main hero, we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of possibilities that Fortnite can go with for the coming weeks, but I'm excited to see where the storyline goes. That's where we're at so far. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something new and you are caught up with the story, because big things are going to be happening in Fortnite. Season 5 is coming out very, very soon. Until next time, I'll see you guys later with some more Fortnite content.